in the Galapagos Islands. This time I am exploring the Central Islands with Intrepid Travel. Totally different sized boats, different islands, different time of year, and I'm so excited to take you guys with me.
We met our local naturalist guide, Wilo, and started at the Charles Darwin Research Station. The $100 fee you pay when entering funds conservation programs such as repopulating tortoises. Welcome to Seymour Island. I'm surrounded by Palo Santo trees, birds. It's a sunny day. This is going to be fantastic. We're going to see some birds today, some iguanas, and I think we're going snorkeling. I'm back in the Galapagos for a third time. It is not lost on me on how fortunate I am to have visited 2 times and now 3 times. This time is a little bit different because I'm here visiting with Intrepid Travels, and so they are hosting a fam trip, a familiarization trip for travel agents. So when you go to a travel agent, they can speak about their personal experience and they know what it's like. Because I was in Ecuador, they asked if I wanted to tag along, and I am so excited because we are in the Central Islands of Galapagos. And right now it is February, and that means it's mating season for the birds, which is so cool because you see so many birds around. It is beautiful here, and get to see the red frigates on these islands, which is one of my favorite birds here. Maybe even better than the blue-footed booby? Maybe. Seymour Island is gorgeous. So even if you're not a bird watcher, I think this is a spot that will make you really appreciate birds, the red frigates, the blue-footed boobies. There are so many birds around here. They're not afraid of you. You do need to keep your distance, but it's just stunning. Oh, and this weather is gorgeous, but you do need to keep a hat on. Otherwise, you will burn. I got into the wetsuit. Gotta say, it was tricky. I actually needed help. It's tight. Because it's February, you don't actually need to wear a wetsuit. So some people chose not to. I'm actually worried about burning my back. So I decided to put the wetsuit on. We'll see tomorrow. But I think if I wanted to make a new purchase, it would actually be one of those shirts, those swimming shirts or SPF shirts. I don't know what they're called, but it would prevent me from burning my back and be perfect for snorkeling. great. Just got back looking a little bit frazzled, but that was awesome. Wheelo told us we were going to see sharks, and we saw sharks. We saw manta rays, we saw parrotfish, we saw tons of stuff. It was really good. They had to pull all of us in because it's going to be lunch soon. But the awesome part is we're going to go again tomorrow. I think tomorrow we're going to see turtles. And I believe now, when Wheelo says we're going to see turtles, I believe we're going to see turtles. So yeah, great day. This was awesome. Really, really great. So there are bedrooms on 2 floors. I'm on the 2nd floor, but even it hasn't bothered me in terms of getting seasick. And what's great about it is that it is close to one of the common rooms that we have, the indoor common room. This is where we, in the evening, so you can still see this, have a lecture before dinner, which is great. Lots of books here. We've got some games and looking outside. And then you come through here and then up the stairs. One of the best parts of this place, oh, everybody's out reading. We've got a jacuzzi here, not too hot. Some spots in the shade. Places to put on. You burnt your toes? Okay. And then yesterday, a lot of us spent outside here, which is why everyone is in the shade today. I think we were a bit too ambitious thinking that we wouldn't burn. Water here for your water bottles. You've also got coffee and hot water. And then we've got some sweets. We've got some snacks. Usually there's some chips, but people probably already took them for the day. And then they've got some tea. I would say if you're a tea person, bring your own. Tea in Ecuador is not that great. These are a bit messy from us using them yesterday. Room tour time. So I wanted to give a room tour of a lived-in room because sometimes I do it before everything is messy, but this is the reality of staying on this Galapagos cruise. So sharing a room, lots of space. I don't know if you can see, but lots of outlets. So I haven't had a problem with that. I decided to work out of my suitcase and just hang some things up. I don't know, it works for me. Even though there's lots of space here, and we do have closet space. I don't know, chose not to use it. This is the washroom. It's actually fantastic. There's a dryer, soap, they give you shampoo and conditioner. The water pressure here is fantastic. No problem at all with cold or hot water, and then you have a nice view here. And then let me take you out to my favorite part. This is our little balcony. So I have been sitting here every morning at 6. I get up, I meditate, and I'm writing in my journal. Sometimes I don't even close my eyes to meditate while doing the app. I just look out the window. Like, it's so pretty here. I have to say, I really love this room, and sharing with someone that you didn't know in the beginning, not a big deal at all. The sun is going strong. We are on Isla Mosquera, which is like an uninhabited island except for all of the sea lions here. So this is Isla Mosquera. It looks like a giant sandbar. Nothing here except for sea lions. And it's so beautiful. It looks like a giant sandbar with blue-green water. Nobody around. It's beautiful. This is kind of what you expect the Galapagos to be. I'm so glad we came here today. It's 3 o'clock and it's still so hot, but there's lots of wind, so that's a good thing. here. The long lines, so those are iguanas with their feet prints. Day 2, let me give some early observations. Things that I like about this Intrepid tour is the size of the boat. It's just big enough. There are only 10 of us, but there are lots of common areas. There's a top sun deck that we were able to enjoy. This afternoon, I spent a couple of hours reading. This morning, we had a very structured guided tour, but right now on Isla Mosquera, it's just kind of everyone can walk around and do what they want. We're here for an hour and a half, so I'm shooting video. Lots of people are taking photos, and so we're all kind of doing our own thing, and it's just, you know, keeping the rules of staying away from the animals. Close enough to take pictures, but not too close. So far, it's great. I've just really enjoyed it. And the snorkeling today was so awesome. This guy's mad at me. I did not see him. I actually almost stepped on him. I thought he was a rock, but he's just a sand-covered sea lion. Sorry, dude. Something important to know, because it will be crucial for some people, is there is no Wi-Fi on this boat, no Wi-Fi on the islands. I did have it on my previous Galapagos cruise, but to be honest, I have really enjoyed these 2 days of being disconnected. This afternoon we had some free time, so I went up to the sun deck and just read for a couple of hours. I don't remember the last time I did that. And so while it would have been so tempting to, you know, post on social media and check emails, I have really enjoyed, well, it's only been 30 hours of being disconnected. I really think I needed it, and probably other people do too. So if you can, I think it's actually nice to come here and not have Wi-Fi. What a morning! We just got back from Black Turtle Cove. So it's like a mangrove type area where you can only go there if you have small or medium sized ships, not the big ones. And we took Zodiacs in and just toured the area. You can't go swimming in it, but you can see turtles, sharks. I saw this shark jump out of the water, twist and go down. I didn't get it on camera, I'm sorry. But we saw lots of turtles and birds and fish. I saw a marine iguana in the water. So cool. It's definitely an off the beaten track Galapagos kind of place, but also shows you that like the islands are so diverse. It was really cool. On our afternoon hike, we're heading to Cerro Drago, or Dragon Hill. We're supposed to see some marine iguanas, land iguanas, and hopefully some flamingos. There are only 400 flamingos left in the Galapagos, I think, so we might see a couple, but not many. Well, we have found some flamingos. 5 minutes in, very lucky. Flamingos were not guaranteed just because there are not a lot of them here, but maybe it was because my lucky shirt. Very cool.
Today we are walking to the top of the hill. Everybody's looking to see if they think they can do it, but it's supposed to have a great view. So Wilo was saying that the average age of the person that comes to the Galapagos, the guest, is 65. So pretty much all of the tours are pretty relaxed. I think out of a 5, Intrepid Travel rates this a 3. And so when you look at the height of the hill from the front that you're going to go up, it looks pretty steep. When we walked around, and it just took us 5 minutes to get to the top for this view, which looks, this is like absolutely worth it. The easiest hike I've had since I've been to Ecuador. Alright, we're starting off the morning with a 1-kilometer hike around Sombrero Chino, or Chinese hat. You can find penguins here, the Galapagos penguin, but not a lot of them. We were fortunate that as soon as we came in on the Pangas, we actually saw a Galapagos penguin. I've never seen one before, so very excited about this. This should be a really great hike. What a gorgeous morning. So we were told that if you want to see penguins guaranteed, you have to go to Bartolome Island, but we should be able to see 1 or 2, but I think we've seen probably 6 or 8 here. Yeah, this is just a really beautiful island, so different from the others. The Galapagos are just stunning. Today has been such a good day. We started out with a quick hike, went for an amazing snorkel where we saw penguins and sharks and lots of fish, and it was incredible. We had lunch and the chef made us encebollado. I asked about it and he wasn't sure if everyone would like it, but it turns out everyone did. Who wouldn't like encebollado? And now we're on a hike to go snorkeling again, and it looks gorgeous here. This is Rábida, which means the meeting place. And who wouldn't want to meet here? The water here is like blue-green. I don't even know if the camera will pick up just how beautiful it is. All of these cactus fruits, it's stunning. This is, I think, a prickly pear cactus, and right here are all of the fruit, which are called tuna, one of my favorite. And on the mainland, they're currently in season, but it looks like these ones probably don't grow large enough to eat. I love the desert. Cactus, desert sand, warm weather. In case the cliff wasn't a clear warning, you should not walk any further. last sunrise in the Galapagos. I'm gonna miss these skies, but I don't think this is my last trip here. I think I need to come back, go to one of the islands, and explore from there.
Last morning we are at Bacchus Beach, which is famous for flamingos and also a number of turtle nests. Its name is actually a little bit interesting. It's called Bacchus, which is a play on the barges that used to be here. So at one point, the United States in the 40s had a military installation here, and then they decided to leave, and Ecuador said, okay, but you gotta take everything with you. But they didn't. They actually left a couple of barges and a bunch of other things. Two of the barges floated all the way over to this beach, and so now it's known as Bacchus Beach. This is also where you'll find national parks and a lot of volunteers here. So they are monitoring the turtles to see how many are still here, the sea turtles, and then also tag them and check out how many eggs are being laid at night. So sea turtles are actually not endangered here, but they're still keeping an eye on
them. You missed. Sure, there are some eggs here. Maybe 60 eggs, 80 eggs.
And this right here is one of the turtle nests.
Not very deep.
So you can't visit all of the islands in the Galapagos. There are islands like this one, and it's called Daphne Major. On that island, Nazca boobies and blue boobies lay their nests on the ground, and people were walking on them and destroying them by accident. So right now, this one is off limits. And there are a number of other islands like that where some animals exist and they're off limits to people for the moment.